right now I can see Kenji's face. Thumbs up, Kenji, if you can see this blue screen that says Camping Up North. Okay. So the activity looks like this. Again, it's coming tomorrow, not today. This is called Publish Your Personal Narrative, and it is due on Monday, December 7th. That's a week from today. You have a whole week to do it. That means you're going to do a little bit each day, and you are going to do your best work. This is our final step of this writing, and we want it to be the best. Now, before I get to what you are going to do, I first want to show you my example. So I already published my writing. So my writing that I worked on, I turned it into a book. And right now, I'd like to share that book with you. And you are going to listen and look at my book, and you are going to notice things. At the end, I'm going to ask you what you noticed about my book. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and pull this up, and I'll make it into a big screen so you can see it. This will be available to you in the activity. So this is the example.
Camping Up North by Mrs. Sampson.
Let me make it a little bit. Okay, could you hear that okay? Okay, now I'm just going to let it play. I'm not going to talk. Remember, you tell me what you notice. Something you notice about my book.
Camping Up North by Mrs. Sampson. Have you ever been camping up north? I go camping up north with my family every year. First, we packed up and drove up north. We packed up our van the night before, and we left very early in the morning. Chase and Nicholas slept during the entire car ride up north. We only stopped a couple of times at the gas station. Next, when we got up north, we set up camp and started a fire. We set up our tents, unpacked our coolers, and cooked our food over the fire. Then we went boating and fishing. We drove out to the middle of the lake and caught as many fish as we could. Then we went swimming, and we also played on the beach. Finally, we packed up the van and drove back home. We stopped at a restaurant to get a big meal before heading home. About the author. My name is Mrs. Sampson. I am a second grade teacher. Some of my hobbies include camping, running, and spending time with my family. I have 2 dogs named Rosie and Ellie. I also love to do many types of crafts.
All right, so that was my book. I'm going to stop sharing my screen with you. What's something you noticed about my book? What's one thing you noticed? Now listen to each other, because when you notice these things, I'm going to talk about what you are going to do. Kenji, what's one thing you noticed about my book? Go ahead, Kenji.
I noticed that you went to a nice restaurant. I thought it was like Perkins or something.
That's so funny that you bring that up. So that picture you saw, Kenji, was not the exact restaurant I went to. I took that picture off of Google. And so when you go to make your book, you could use real pictures. So you might have noticed some real pictures in my book. Yes, I do have real pictures from my real trip. But I also took some pictures from Google that maybe weren't exact, but they gave the reader an idea of what it is that I did. So believe it or not, Kenji, that's not the real restaurant I went to, but we try to go to a fancy one that kind of looks over the lake. It's kind of a special deal for us, so thank you for noticing. What else did you notice about my book? Harper, what else did you notice?
I noticed that you went fishing.
I did go fishing, but I'm asking you to notice more about my book. What did you see? What did you hear? I made this book. What else did you notice? Jean, what did you notice about my book?
Miss Samson, I have a question. Do you have to draw pictures?
So I'm glad you brought that up, Jean. I drew one of my pictures. You can draw them. I am not a very good drawer, especially in Seesaw, so I only drew one of my pictures. Most of my pictures I either got from my real trip and I uploaded them, or I took them from Google. So I just searched for a restaurant and then I took that picture.
Okay.
Thank you for checking. And I'm going to show you how to do that. What else did you notice about my book? What did you see on every page of my book? Sidra, what did you notice?
I noticed on the left page, you had some, like, I saw a kind picture. I saw, like, a kind picture, and you had the kind words.
I heard some of what you said, Sidra, but some of it I couldn't hear because of the background noise. What picture did you notice?
I noticed that,
The town.
you had kind words, and you said you said words that was like about you and what you like to do.
Oh, you're talking about my About the Author page. Yes, everybody will do a page called About the Author. And you are going to write about you, and you're going to upload a picture of yourself. What else did you notice? Alora, what did you notice about my book?
Nicholas and Harry.
You saw some of my family members in my book. That's because I had pictures of my real trip. If you have pictures that are real from your story, you may use them. You don't have to, you may. You could draw your picture. You can also find just a picture on the internet, even if it's not the real thing. So my restaurant one, it wasn't my real restaurant that I went to, but it was kind of close. Okay. Last thing, what did you notice about my book? Kenji.
I noticed that you took a big boat. I thought you took like a rowing boat or something.
Yeah. So I want you to, I'm going to show you now what you are going to do. So as I share my screen with you, I want to show you, this is my example. You will notice I recorded my voice reading my book. That is going to be one of your jobs when you're done. On every page of my example, there is background, there are words, and there is a picture. So this is my cover. I have the title and the author and a picture. Here is the first page. I have a picture, a background, and words. I also put in page numbers. If you want to put in page numbers on your book, you can. Notice this is the first page. If you're not looking at your computer right now, it's hard to be learning. Put the bubbles down, put your things down, focus. Here's another page. Now this picture I drew. I'm not a good drawer. I did the best that I could, but I also included the words of my story, a picture, and I also put a page number on that page. So on every page, boys and girls, you're going to choose a background. You're going to type your words from your story, and you're going to include one picture or more than one picture. You only need one. Now, this is a real picture. This is actually my real tents. This is my camping trip. This is where we go up north. So I had that picture. I did not have a picture of my cooler, so I stole this one from Google. I just found a picture of a cooler and I said, there it is, because I unpacked my cooler. So make your pictures about your words. On this page, this is where we went boating and fishing. So this is a real picture of Nicholas and my nephew Angel. He came with us this year, and we're out in the middle of the lake fishing. And that's what it says. Then we went boating and fishing. This is a real picture of the lake when the sun is going down. So my pictures match my text. Now this background is a little different. I did blue because of the water. Here's another page. Then we went swimming and we also played on the beach. So here's Chase. He's in his swimming trunks. And of course, Rosie. I thought that was kind of fun with the towel. And then here's Chase on the beach. So these are real pictures, but you could draw them or you could upload them from Google. And I also put a page number. When you're all done with your story and you have your words, you have a picture on every page, page numbers are optional. The last page will be about you, and it's called About the Author. And so I uploaded a picture of Mrs. Sampson. I told a little bit about myself. So this example is here to help you. What you are going to do is starting tomorrow, you are going to, when it's your turn, or when you're ready, hold on one second, I'm going to back this up a little bit. I wanted to do, you're going to click the green add response button. Let's see what we got for time. Sorry, guys, I thought I had this ready. Let me stop sharing my screen with you for a second and let me get it pulled up. I had it pulled up, but it's in the